Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time for Stella. Stella. Tonight we're gonna get into the challenge. All Stars 3. How are you all doing? We always kind of start off our videos with a how am I doing today? Number one, I hope you all had a great week. This week was hell for me. The computers are down at work. They were trying to get us to work on our personal laptops. That's not the best for me. So work has been outrageous. Whenever our computer here in Miss, it's supposed to storm tonight. So hopefully we can get this live in before the storm rolls on through. I want y'all to put in the chat what y'all want. I got hot talk on both. I probably got more hot shit talking for Survivor. So should we save Survivor for last and do All Stars 3 first? Y'all put in the chat. We'll do whatever. My funny story is, hey Glenda, hey Vita. I'm going in and out. Yeah, it's raining out here. I'm sorry, y'all. If the connection is really bad, put it in the chat. I can't tell and have to start it over. Hey, I don't want to start to this chat all day. Really, since yesterday, once I watched Survivor, I've been looking forward to this. Funny story number 2. Okay, do Survivors first. Okay, we'll do Survivors first. Funny story number 2. I just got my hair braided, if y'all can't tell. I love to get my hair snatched down because I don't like to comb it every day. Do you all see my eyebrow arch? She got my braids so tight. I feel like I have a facelift. Like right here, not a wrinkle in sight. My braids are tight. I actually love the arch that it gave my eyes. Now I know in about 2 days, once this grows out a little bit, my face will relax. But don't my eyebrows are popping with these braids. I really didn't know until I really just got on camera a few minutes ago. I was like, ooh. It's tight though. It's gonna hurt for the night, but that's it. Hey, Dabu, I see you in the chat. Oh, everybody says I'm cutting on and off. Yeah, we gonna talk about Drea. We gonna get into Survivor first. Funny story number 3, and then we gonna get into what we gonna get into. My son just got back from college. He got back last week. He been home maybe a week. And he's looking to work out at FedEx. And he needs his birth certificate. Have you ever, hey Vontae, have you ever known that you put something somewhere, but for years you haven't needed it? Like I haven't needed his birth certificate since he registered for high school. And that was 4 or 5 years ago. And I know I put it in this one place. And now that I actually need to give him the birth certificate, it's not there. And I have been tearing up my house looking for this one piece of paper. Pray for me, y'all. Once I finish this live, I'm going to tear up the upstairs. But that's it. Let's get into what we're going to talk about. Up first, I have not watched Homecoming. I know we usually talk about Stella. I might do a separate video over the weekend over the latest episode of Homecoming. But I'm not in the mood for more racism talks, more explaining to Julie about what she said about Tokyo was wrong and oh, it should be uncomfortable. We're talking about racism. I'm just not interested in seeing it anymore. The first few episodes with Julie, I'm completely turned off. And I'm at the point now where I'm tired of, because I'm in my 40s, y'all know my age, I ain't ashamed. And Julie and them are about the same age, maybe a little bit older. It ain't that big of a deal. At my age, in my 40s, I don't want to have to educate you about what's right and wrong with racism. It ain't nothing right with it, but what's wrong with racism and the things that you're doing, how they're racist. I don't have time to be teaching you about your privilege and all of that. I don't want to see it on my television. We shouldn't have to be teaching 40-year-olds. 40-year-olds should know. You have enough life experience and common sense to know. I feel like Julie knows what she's doing. This is who she is. It's not a good look for you, Julie girl. You should have stayed at home. But I'm checked out. Like, racist Julie, I'm checked out. So that's why I haven't even wanted to watch Homecoming yet. But I will. We'll catch up. The Circle. I have caught up with The Circle. I haven't did my in-depth reviews like I usually do, because The Circle was kind of pissing me off. The first 4 episodes, too much Spice Girls. Too much. Who is the Spice Girls? Is it Jared? Is it Rachel? Is it Alyssa? It was 3 episodes of investigations, and I was just like, we ain't gonna do no ratings. We not gonna vote anybody out of The Circle. We just gonna try to figure out the Spice Girls. Fast forward. I have watched the last 4 episodes. It was right. Tara Alicia, you wrong for spoiling it. Tara Alicia, you wrong. Trevor is on the show. He is catfishing as one of Delisa's homegirls. So he's playing a woman. I wonder if he'll get found out. I don't know. So far, he's doing a good job of playing a female. But The Circle is... It finally got a little bit good, then it went off. So, like, I'm really only interested in the next upcoming 4 episodes. It took too long for them to get rid of the Spice Girls. The roast was a wash. It wasn't funny. Like, stop making them doing diss raps and roast. People aren't... The Circle is so politically correct that is boring. If you ever get a little bit too spicy and too rah-rah in The Circle, they just vote you out. And I'm like, okay, so The Circle is just fake. Do you all think I really can do The Circle? Because it's really fake, and I can't be fake. And I'll probably go home second. Maybe not first, but I'll probably go home second. Anyway, so that's what I got to say about The Circle. Let's get into Survivor, because that's what we really here to talk about. Survivor, then we're going to get into All Stars 3. Shout out to All Stars 3, the challenge. I'm in love with it. Like, it's giving me everything I need for the challenge, but that's second. Up first, Survivor 42. Y'all already know in the chat, Drea went home. Now that Drea is gone, I really have nobody to root for. I really don't care who wins this game right now. But I said it last week, even though Drea, girl, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. I knew it was going to be a long road for Drea to get to the end. I knew it, but I might be on the wrong side of the popular opinion. We're going to get into it. I definitely want y'all to put y'all opinions in the chat as we go through, but I'm just going to say what I got to say, and then we're going to move on. The first thing I want to say is I love you, Drea, but I want to say this first, and then I'm going to roll into how I saw production all episode. 2 weeks ago, Drea and Marianne made this huge stand where they wasted their idols. Well, Drea, not really. She needed to play her idol. But Marianne, they wasted their idols standing up for what is right. Black power. We don't want to see 3 Black people sitting on the jury in a row. I was here with you. Fight the system, girls. It ain't fair for everybody in Survivor. But what disappointed me the most, you 2 Black women sitting up in tribal council with all the tears, all the education, all the Survivor moments, to turn around and not work together. To turn around, you and Mary Drea had the most fire, power. They had so many arsenals to bam, 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 shoot people, knock them out of the game. Why couldn't those two black women who were in tears, desperate, played both their idols, did not want to see another black person sitting on that jury next? Why couldn't those two black women get together and work together and start bam, 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 shooting some of the other people out the game? It didn't make sense to me that Marianne and Drea didn't scoop up Romeo, use them 2 extra votes, get Jonathan, Lindsay, Omar, Mike out of the game. What pissed me off so much this episode, everybody is like, if Drea's sitting in, we ain't gonna win. We ain't gonna beat Drea. Especially Marianne. I'm looking at Marianne like, well, bitch, who can you beat? Because Romeo can't sit there by himself. Marianne, Romeo, and anybody else in that final 3, that other person wins the game. I would have rather you, if you gonna make a stance, Marianne, help the black woman win. You're not about to win this game against anybody else in a final 3. Now, if it was a final 2, Marianne, if some kind of way you could find your way there with Romeo, you could win it. But that's all I got to say about the 2 black women. I'm disappointed that they never worked together. They never even tried. I'm disappointed in Drea. You knew for a fact that Jonathan and Lindsay were going to vote your ass out if you didn't come to tribal council and see Roxroy sitting there. They was going to vote your ass out, Drea. How in the hell do you ever trust Jonathan and Lindsay again? They were going to vote your ass out. With your idol, your Ask Me idol, all of that shit. But that's all I'm going to give Drea. Because Drea was my favorite. Now I'm about to get into production's ass. Let me read the comments before we go too far. I like Omar, but I feel the jury won't vote for him because he's playing a really low-key game. Omar is a bitch. Go ahead. If you don't like cursing, go ahead and turn this off because I'm getting ready to say how I feel. I'm not going to be politically correct this week. Omar is a bitch. The way Omar is playing the game, he can't win. He can't win. He befriended High and then cut his neck. He sat up here. Drea trusted you. Now, Drea, you should. It's called the Ask Me idol. Well, it ain't called the damn Ask Me idol. It's called the fucking Knowledge is Power. The name of the advantage is Knowledge is Power. You lose your power when you give away the knowledge, or you give other people your power when you give them the knowledge. As soon as Drea told Omar about the Ask Me idol, I was over it. I said, Drea going home. Drea going home. But wait a minute, I ain't off of production's ass. Let me finish reading the comments. Right, we don't care about Marianne. Like, I liked you last week, Marianne, but this week, Marianne, you went back off code. Now I understand. I wouldn't have been mad at Marianne for voting Drea out if they wasn't sitting at tribal council 2 weeks ago acting like black people ain't got no fair shake in the game. We about to waste both our idols so we both can stay. No, don't put on a performance, but then not back it up. I couldn't stand Zuda. I couldn't stand Marianne in the beginning. I gave her a little bit, but now I took it all right back. Yeah, Drea messed up herself. But I'm gonna come back to y'all comments. I promise. I don't want to miss anybody's comments. But let's go right here. This damn do or die challenge. Just say whatever color rocks. Purple rock if you want to play, white rock if you want to sit down. Whoever the first person out got to play the do or die challenge. I did, based off of last season, a lot of people didn't sit out. A lot more people played. I was expecting more people to play. But can we just say do or die is over? Because after people, oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments, but I clicked the wrong one. This do or die twist is over, right? Because they didn't see it for 41. Everyone has now already seen it for 41 and 42. So when 43 comes along, pretty much everybody gonna have a white rock, right? Nobody's gonna play in the challenge. So do or die is dead. But let me tell you what production did. As soon as production saw that only Jonathan and Lindsay were going to fight this out, one was going to be safe and one was going to do or die, I already knew they was getting ready to put a little Lucky Charm on top of the box so Lindsay would know which one was fire. I already knew. You can't tell me out of 2 seasons, nobody is lucky enough to get a shot in the dark. All the people who done rolled their dice for their shot in the dark, everybody went home. But 2 seasons in a row, people picked the correct firebox. 2 seasons in a row, somebody picked the correct firebox. Glenda, you right, I saw it. Jeff was like, you gotta pick one of these boxes. One of these boxes have life. One of these boxes have death. I'm like, I knew it. I'm like, that's the box right there, Jeff. You keep pointing at it. You keep going like this at it. I knew Lindsay was going to stay too. I knew Lindsay was going to stay, and I saw production's fingers all in it. All in it. They were talking at camp. They weren't even talking like Drea is the backup if Lindsay don't do the do or die. It was like Drea going home tonight. It was like everybody in camp knew Lindsay was going to pick the right box. Production, I see you. I see you. The second time I saw production, last season, they made a fool of Liana with the Ask Me idol. Xander, Liana, and the old lady, I don't forgot her name. They sat up there and read Xander's clue 20, 50 million, 11 times to figure out. It took them 2 days to figure out, Xander, all you got to do is give me the idol. It has to be on your possession. Like, it has to be in your possession for the twist not to work. Drea ain't tell Omar shit about possession. She just said, I got to Ask Me idol, and I'm going to ask Mike for his idol, and I'm going to take it from him. Drea ain't show Omar that piece of paper. Omar didn't take 20, 50, 11 days to study it and figure out the loopholes. Omar right off back said, all I got to do is tell Mike to let me put it in my pocket. Production told him that shit. Y'all believe? Let me put it in the chat if y'all believe it or not. I believe production told Omar about the loophole to just tell Mike to let you put it in the pocket. Because Drea didn't tell him all that. Even when Drea got sniffed out, she didn't tell him all the rules. I don't even think Drea knew that was a rule. Production, y'all played that one too loose. Y'all didn't tie that up into a nice bow so we couldn't figure that out, or at least not me. Now, if I'm too far left in the conspiracy, I try not to go into the conspiracies. I try to not jump into production's pocket and call them out too much. I try to think the shit is fair and it's a clean game. But that one was too much for me. That one was too much. Vontae, you with me? I'm happy somebody with me. Maybe Drea told Omar about the power, and what we saw was a minor portion of what they said. No, because last season, Miguel, they showed us 50 clips of 3 people trying to figure out the loophole. Trying to figure it out. And you telling me Drea had one conversation and Omar just off back was like, because why would Drea? It doesn't make sense for Drea to tell Omar all the facts about her power. Why would she even give Omar an opportunity to backstab her by saying, well, Mike gotta have it on him. If he give it to somebody in their pocket, it's a waste. Why would she even give? It ain't that much trust in the world. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. It ain't that many short of a scenes. They found the time to work it in last season, and mind you, last season was way more entertaining to me than this season. Way more entertaining characters, and they found a way to work it in last season. I like the benefit of the doubt, but for this one, I don't see it. Number 2, I don't forgot what number I'm on. Y'all understand. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments if you want to rewatch. What exactly has Drea done to be so powerful and scary in the game outside of being a Black woman who had a powerful tribal council moment and all these advantages? And mind you, the only people who know how much stuff is in Drea's bag is us at home. Until yesterday, when she told Omar about her Ask Me idol, nobody knew all of what Drea had. No one knew she had an Ask Me idol. They knew she had an extra vote. They knew she wasted her idol. No one knows about the amulet except for Lindsay. So, and mind you, I'm not mad at Lindsay for making the move that she made. The people with the amulet had to eventually turn against each other because ain't nobody sharing votes, stealing votes. Everybody wants a fucking idol, right? So ain't nobody sharing and stealing. We voting each other out until one of us has an idol. So I'm not mad at Lindsay for doing what she did. Now let's get over to Jonathan, because you want to talk about unconscious racism. Jonathan gets a whole monologue. I don't know how long they let him talk about how much weight he lost. He's so muscular and big, but he still eat the same amount as everybody else. Ain't nobody asked you to sign up for this show and lose all this weight. You knew what it was when you signed your name on the dotted line. Ain't nobody asked you to be 250 pounds worth of muscle and come on Survivor and eat a little scoop of rice. Ain't nobody ask you that. Ain't nobody ask you for that. So the fact that you're suffering, everybody else is suffering. Everyone else is starving. Just because you're a little bit more muscular don't mean you get any extra grace or woo, 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 we feel for you. No, everybody is starving. The way he talked to Drea about that fishing net, Angie would have cussed his ass out real quick. Because you are the one people go to for their advice. You seem to be the only one who knew what this fishing net was and how to work it. You're explaining to us what to do, but you're talking down on us like this some easy shit that we know. We asking you because we don't know. And I didn't see nothing wrong with Drea. Like, well, shit, we doing it wrong. Come help us do it. Matter of fact, you come do it. I ain't seen nothing wrong with Drea saying that. I'm sure everybody else was thinking it. But because the Black woman said something to you, now you mad. Now Drea gotta go home. Now she done hurt your feelings. Now she's ungrateful. Hey, Stormy. Off topic, but I'm really over the black unity thing on Survivor in both 41 and 2. Every black person who preached black unity voted the black people out. Like, it's extremely hypocritical to me. I understand where they're coming from. And I believe in that moment, Drea and Marianne meant all the words that they said. But to me, what's hypocritical is you both wasted your idols. Why not work together and become a powerful one? Instead of Drea, you done kick Marianne back to the sand with Romeo just to go team up with Jonathan and Lindsay and them who just wanted to vote your ass out. It does come off, you know what, Zuda, it does come off a little bit hypocritical, but at the end of the day, just like on Big Brother, only one person from the cookout can win. Only one black person from Survivor can win. I would rather see, if it's going to be black, are we asking black people to tank their games just so a black person can win? Or do we want people really to go out there and win for themselves? I don't know. But just don't give these big emotions and then be like, oh, but Drea got to go. I don't even understand what Drea did so powerful in the game that she has to go. The one making all the moves was High. Omar stirring up shit. Jonathan and Lindsay winning all the immunity challenges. But Drea is the most powerful one we can't sit next to. It doesn't make sense. And this is the unconscious racism that they're talking about. I mean, let's sit back and think about it. Jonathan and Lindsay, and before Tori got accidentally voted out, because they weren't even going to vote Tori out over Drea. Tori got the bad end of that tribal council. Tori, Jonathan, and Lindsay are winning everything. But nobody is worried about voting them out. Omar is scheming and scamming everybody. Ain't nobody thinking about Omar. Marianne hasn't done nothing but be her authentic self, which is annoying to some people, but she's her authentic self. And even they wanted Marianne to go before Jonathan and Lindsay. That's the unconscious racism they were talking about. Because sometimes you may not be racist in your heart. You may love black people. You may be an ally and support the movement. But sometimes it's easier to be like, it's hard to explain as a black woman. Sometimes when people see us winning, it's like, okay, they winning too much. She doing a little bit too much. But the sky's the limit. We want the white people to go own Amazon and Tesla and be billionaires and all that shit. But when we become a billionaire, oh, she doing too much. Let's keep it moving. Lindsay told Mike and Omar about the amulet, so they knew about Drea's advantages. But that's not what they said. None of them said Drea has to go. She has too many advantages. They all said Drea has to go because if we sit next to her, she wins the game. What has she done on her resume to win the game? Outside of find all the advantages. That she played none of them correctly. I don't even feel like Drea and Marianne should have played their idols the way they did at that tribal council. No, Jeff, we don't want to have a kumbaya and pick somebody to vote out. We want to write on this parchment. I want to pull their card to see after I done cried my eyes out and preach Black Lives Matter if they still gonna write my name down. I would have pulled their card. We not sitting around. Wait, Marianne definitely wasted her idol. Right, it's season 42. From season 1 to 41, there has been muscle-bound men starving on Survivor. No one cares that you're starving. Drea should have checked him. But that's another thing, Vontae. Black women, he already called Drea aggressive for crying. She was crying that tribal council, and Jonathan already called her aggressive. And a lot of people who aren't black don't understand that calling a black woman aggressive, it's not racist, but I don't want to say it's colorist, because you don't call white women aggressive for crying. If Lindsay would have said, Jonathan, why don't you come help? I bet you Jonathan would have came, sat his ass down and helped. But I'm going to leave Jonathan alone. The fact that Shannon Deshawn was saying the same thing, trying to make a plans, but voted black people out. Shoot, Deshaun voted Shan out the next night. He did. That's why the Black Alliance on 41 wasn't real. The only true Black Alliance I ever seen where people put their game on the line was the cookout. I'm not going to go back to 41. Y'all already know how I feel about Deshaun and Shan. They both wanted to be the head one in charge. If Shan would have backed down and bowed down to Deshaun, she probably would have stayed. But I ain't getting back into Shan and Deshaun. Marianne wasn't on code. They should have voted Mike out. They should have voted. Mike is a waste of a vote too. They should vote out Jonathan or Lindsay. If you all want any kind of opportunity to even sit in the final, to even get there, talking about, oh, I can't beat Drea if she's sitting there. If you don't get Jonathan or Lindsay out, you won't have an opportunity to even sit there. They're going to win all the fucking immunities. Who on the cast right now can beat Jonathan or Lindsay in an immunity? The only one that would have probably came close is Drea. So Jonathan and Lindsay about to win out. And they like this. They ain't about to vote each other out. Microaggression. Thank you, Stormy. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Calling a black woman aggressive is a microaggression. It's right on the fence of being racist. And why can't black women be aggressive when you all give us a reason for the aggression? Like, Drea should have cussed Jonathan out. But because she doesn't want to be stereotyped as the angry black woman, she has to internalize. Why do we have to internalize? Y'all had Chaos. What's her name? Chaos Cat or whoever that. I could list. I probably can't list because I'm bad at memorizing names. But I could think of about 5 white women who have been extremely aggressive on this show, and none of them have been painted in the same way that we're painting Drea for doing nothing but finding advantages. But outside of Drea going home, where do we go from here? Where do we really go from here? I don't see a path for Marianne winning this game. I see a path for Marianne causing some. The best thing Marianne has done was find this second idol and not tell a soul. As soon as Marianne opens up her mouth and tells somebody about that idol, she's gone too. Marianne, please keep it to yourself. I want to see a shocking tribal council where it's Marianne's time to go. And she's like, bam, bitch, I done found another idol. So one of y'all could go. That's the only thing I'm looking for Marianne. Romeo is not winning the game. Romeo is stealing all the leftover rice. Eat all the rice you can, Romeo. If it pisses Jonathan off, I want to see it. Eat all the rice. Yeah, thank you to people with a good memory. Cass, Corrine, Eliza, that one Brazilian girl, I can't think of her name, but I guess she's not white, she Brazilian. But they all play that type of game where they could snap, go off, tell you about yourself, and nobody's like, why are you being aggressive? And for the fact that Jonathan can even talk to Drea in that manner and she still be called aggressive, the privilege of it all. But let's move on. So I done talked about Marianne and Romeo are not winning. I was so surprised on Twitter how many people hated Drea. The hate for Drea is sad because she didn't do anything to anybody. Omar. Everybody on Twitter is like, Omar wins the game. I don't see it. When Drea left the game and said something about everybody, as a Black woman, I caught all the shade in her exit. Some people didn't catch it. I caught all the shade in Drea's exit. Romeo, you just here. You're probably going to be sitting on the bench next to me. No, he won't, Drea. Romeo going to be sitting in the final 3 with 0 votes. If he's not, whoever votes out Romeo, wastes the vote on Romeo, y'all some dummies. Mike. What game move has Mike made? What strategic move has Mike made? People are always telling Mike what to do. I don't see Mike winning the game. Omar has pissed so many people off. When Drea gets back to that jury, and when Drea said, Omar, you were the only person I told, so this embarrassment, that's embarrassing. One, you already have to stick your hand in red paint. Almost get caught up by Tori with the Ask Me item. You did all that just for Omar to embarrass you in the final 30 minutes. He go tell Mike to give me the idol. Omar doesn't have High's vote. He done crossed High. He crossed Drea. In order for Omar to win, he has to backstab Lindsay and Jonathan. Omar is not going to win this game. Who else is left there? That's Omar, Marianne, Romeo. They not winning. Lindsay, Jonathan. It's a toss-up between Lindsay and Jonathan. It's a toss-up if they're going to value Lindsay's, I guess, strategic brain, but really, what strategy has Lindsay had over Jonathan's domination of the whole season? Who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody. They were at the final 7, and I'm missing somebody. Omar, Jonathan, Lindsay, Marianne, and then it's Romeo, Drea. Were they down to the final 6? If I'm missing somebody, hell, they really ain't gonna win the game because I done forgot who they were. But let's get to the comments. I love how she said, Mike, if you sit in the final 3, you gonna win. That was a fucking lie. I hope the cast are smart enough to know Drea. Mike is not about to win this game. Not at all. And how the hell is the whole orange team still in the fucking game? The entire orange team is still in the game. I know the jury is sitting back looking like orange. Damn, where did we go wrong? Dre's the biggest threat, yet Lindsay was the one. Right, Lindsay was the one winning all the immunities. But Drea is Black. I'm telling you, Black women ain't got to do much to be a threat. But I'm going to move on. Right. Drea is the threat, but Lindsay is the one winning all the immunity challenges. She has her whole orange tribe sitting right there. They all love her. And now she has the amulet idol. Like, I'm rooting for Lindsay to win. She's probably the only person I probably still care for in the game out of everybody else, but they annoyed that Romeo is still in the rice when he's the only one that hasn't been on a reward, hasn't eaten since the merge. Didn't somebody just win a reward and was like, I'm taking so-and-so and so-and-so because they never been on one, but they didn't take Romeo? And I know Mike been on the reward, but I ain't gonna go back there. Corinne, and then it would seem sincere when you're crying over your dead father. I don't remember that. Tell me what season that was, because I have started rewatching the season with Taj from SWV, because I didn't realize Taj was on the show. I was too. Vontae, I was too. Every time I saw Romeo eating the rice, I was like, "Ooh, eat it, eat some more, eat it in Jonathan's face." Right, we taking Romeo to the end. He will get no votes. Agreed. Mike hasn't made too many moves, but for the most part, he's been on the right side of every vote. That's the 7. See, that's why I said Mike ain't gonna win. I don't forgot who it was. It's the Orange Tribe, Mike, Romeo, and it was Drea. Okay, that's where we got the 7. I told you Mike wasn't gonna win. I couldn't remember for nothing. I agree, Stormy. Jonathan, I said it once, I'll say it again just because I'm going there tonight. If Jonathan would have been black, he would have been gone pre-merge. Or if he was not gone pre-merge, he would have been gone in that, what was her name? Lydia, the short white girl. I liked her too. That Lydia vote should have been Jonathan. Why it wasn't Jonathan, I don't know, because he did not have a necklace on. But whatever. Oh, that was Sugar. Okay. At this point, I want Omar or Lindsay to win. Omar because he has at least made moves. Omar has made moves, but I feel like that's why Omar won't win. He's made too many dirty moves. I can guarantee you one person who ain't gonna vote for him, and that's Dre. I never vote for you after you make me look a fool at tribal council. Never. Never. And I think Drea has enough friends on the jury where she can definitely get Chanel, Roxroy to not vote for Omar too. You ain't gonna make the black girl look like a fool. The second year in a row, a black woman had one of the most powerful advantages out there. And that powerful advantage makes them look like a complete idiot. I'd be cool with Lindsay winning too, Evita. I like Lindsay. I ain't mad. Lindsay about the only person that I would want to win, but we got to see how this shakes out. Like, I really am disinterested. Really. I had another point I wanted to say before I move on to All Stars 3. It'll come back to me. Let's get into All Stars 3. Survivor. And this is the point I wanted to make. The Ask Me Idol. Number one, can we call it the Ask Me Idol? I like that better than the Knowledge is Power. I like Ask Me Idol better. But anyway, number 2, it's not fair that the loophole for the Ask Me Idol is it's got to be in your pocket. I don't think that's fair. I feel like if you know somebody has an idol and you ask them for it, go ahead and take it. Give it up. I don't care who pocket you put it in. That's your idol. Go ahead and give it up. Because at this point, the Ask Me Idol is also dead. Because going forward, no one is going to start keeping their idols in their pocket. They're going to always have it somewhere. Or have somebody hold it for them. But you got to take that risk on if they give it back. Do y'all think Omar gives Mike his idol back? A lot of people talking hot shit, talking about Omar got him an idol. He ain't going to get that back. I bet you Omar get that idol back. Mike seemed like the one he might fight. They better film it. The cameraman better be there the moment Mike asks for that idol back. And what Omar gonna say? Nah, bro. Omar ain't got it in his chest. I don't see it in Omar's chest to be like, nah, that's my idol. What idol? Because that's what he would do. I'd be like, what idol? You gave me an idol? It's in my pocket. That's my idol. That would be me. But I don't see Omar having it in his chest to step to Mike and be like, I ain't giving you it back. So for everybody that want to talk the hot shit on Omar's behalf, I don't see it. But that's it. That's what we was just talking about, Evita. I don't think he giving it back. I mean, I think he giving it back. I don't think it's within Omar to stand 10 toes down, look Mike in his eyes, and be like, nah, bro, it's my idol now. You should never gave it to me. That would be a game-winning conversation for me. Now, that's how you do the Ask Me Idol. That's what they should do with the Ask Me Idol. Instead of asking people for their idol, be like, look, you got to lie. Just lie. So-and-so said they stealing your idol at tribal council. Give it to me so you don't lose it. And then now it's yours. But you got to be a bad bitch to steal somebody's idol and not vote them out. What would have been a game-winning move for Omar is to take Mike's idol and then vote his ass out. So now it's your idol clean. You ain't got to stand 10 toes down and confront Mike about you ain't giving it back. Take his idol. Yeah, Drea looked like a fool, but at least you got the idol instead of Drea, and vote Mike's ass out. That would have been a better move. And I'm not just saying that because I like Drea, but that would have put some shit on your resume, Omar. Because right now you just look like a snake. You just look like you befriending people for the knowledge and then cutting their throats. And that's not going to win the game. I don't care what y'all say about Omar. That kind of gameplay is not going to win. Will he even be allowed to keep the idol, or will production force him to give it back? It's in his pocket. Because see, look, Miguel, this is my point. If production forces Omar to give Mike back his idol because it's Mike's idol, then production should force Omar to give Drea Mike's idol, because is it Mike's idol or is it Omar's? Because if production's like, that's Mike's idol, well, then that should have been Drea's idol. And if they do some bullshit like that, I might quit watching the show. So, Miguel, if production step in and be like, oh, that's Mike's idol, well, then that should have been Drea's idol. It shouldn't matter who pocket it's in if it's Mike's idol. So, yeah, Mike got an idol. It's just in Omar's pocket, then that should still be Drea's idol. That's why I don't like this whole ask me thing. Y'all trying to come up with clever ways to make the game interesting, but it's not interesting if all y'all twists are fails. It's like, what's the point of having a twist if all of them are fails? Lose it like the one guy did earlier in the season with Mike. I forgot his name too. Ooh, I got you, Vontae. Omar should tell Mike I lost it. Like, damn, I lost the idol. It's a hole in my pocket. I don't know. I can't wait to see what he do with it next week, but Angie wouldn't give it back, but I feel like Omar would. Omar would. Do they have to give it to someone, or could they leave it back at the camp? I feel like that would have been the best bet, especially if Mike wasn't gonna play it. He should have left it at camp instead of giving it to Omar. But like I said, Omar is gonna give it back to him, so he ain't worried about Omar keeping his idol. I ain't worried about it either. Right? If that's why I don't like. I feel like I don't care who pocket is in. I don't care. The only time the Ask Me idol should be void like that is if someone leaves it at tribal council. But if they have their idol at tribal council and I ask for it, you got to give it up. You got to give it up. Then it should have been Drea and Liana's idol if they forced them to give it back. Yeah. But I don't think last season they had to force them to give it back to Xander, because Xander was known for playing idols for people, so they probably felt like he would play it for us anyway if we needed it, but he ultimately didn't. But I ain't gonna get back into last season. All I want to know, all I want to say to the people working on season 43, if they not already filming 43, lose the do or die. Just go ahead and lose that, because that's a womp womp. And go ahead and lose the Ask Me idol if all we got to do is put in our friend pocket. Go ahead and lose those two and start back at the what we call it, the drawing board. Start back at the drawing board. Y'all know the thing. But let's get into All Stars 3. I gotta pull my picture up because I really did enjoy All Stars 3. I enjoyed the structure of the game. I just need my picture so I can remember everybody on the cast. I don't have no visuals this week. It's straight talk. Let's talk about the game of All Stars 3. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 24. It's 24 competitors. Everyone has at least been to a final. That's on this season. So it's a very competitive season. I will say this. On the men's side, I see 0 layups. On the men's side, I see 0 layups. On the women's side, I still see Jimmy and Veronica and Janae. But for the most part, it's a very competitive cast, and I'm here for it. Oh, Vontae, yeah, that too. Get rid of that damn shot in the dark. Go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, and get rid of that trip up and down the mountain for an extra vote. Go ahead and get rid of that too. But anyway, back to All Stars 3. The house is amazing. That's probably the best challenge house I've ever seen. Now, mind you, I got 40-year-old brain, so I might not remember all of them. But in a while, especially because, on MTV, they've been in dungeons and bunkers. They've been on some bullshit on MTV. This house is amazing. I love the house. I love that everyone came to the show dressed, looking good. I love that. And they kind of introduced themselves, got a little bit of backstory. I'm happy to see Cynthia and Ronnie's, or is it Ronnie? I'm going to get it wrong. I'm happy to see their packages because those were the two women I didn't remember. Cynthia already gone, but I can't wait. I hope Ronnie can pull some stuff out. I'm sad the palace. Save the palace, save the palace. I'm sad that Latarian and Melinda are gone. But for the most part, I am excited about this game. Now, episode 1 and 2, we're going to review them real quick. I ain't going to get too much into the challenges because they weren't too exciting. One was looking through a peephole, do a puzzle. Great. One was swing on a little swing set, fall in the water, do a puzzle. Cool. Not too exciting, but I love the structure of the game. I love this is an individual game, no partners. Janae, I don't know how you're going to do without a partner, but good luck, girl, defending your title. I really am just turned off by MJ and Janae. After I found out how the final... I ain't gonna say it was rigged, but how they didn't complete the final and still won last season. I'm still a little bit, and they ain't here talking big shit. Yeah, I just won last season. Pipe, calm down. If y'all win again this season fairly, then I give you props. But I like the structure of the game. The top 3. Can we just call it the fucking tribunal? I gotta remember a whole new word, the authority. I ain't gonna remember that. I ain't gonna remember that the whole season. The authority. I don't like that first place has to sabotage somebody. Because I feel like, what's the point of getting first place just so I can get blood on my hands and somebody else win first place, not a blood coming back to me? It seemed like I would always shoot for second or third because second or third still safe and still get to make decisions. but I ain't gotta risk sabotaging nobody. That's my logic for it, but I really like the structure of the game. Are the people at Paramount Plus not the same production for MTV? Because Paramount Plus got this challenge right. They got the challenge right. Right. They came in dressed. I didn't dislike anybody's outfits, and I like to critique the outfits. All the men looked good. Everybody looked fucking good. I really enjoyed everyone coming into the house. Oh, Tina on that damn swing. How did she do that? Like, was her swing broken? How did she flip? And I guess she ain't had the ab muscles to flip back. Shit, I can't talk shit. I probably couldn't flip back neither. But poor Tina. Right. This format is great. I don't like MJ. I don't. Can we talk a quick second about Jimmy? How did Jimmy qualify to be on the show? Because to me, All Stars 1 final don't count. Because half the cast made that final. It wasn't hard to get to the final in All Stars 1. So, Jimmy, we'll see. I like Tina. Okay, let's get into the 2 episodes. So the first episode, I believe Wes won and Sylvia won. I like Wes. I like that Wes came in with the palace, save the palace, save the. Why couldn't Tech be back on the show? If he made it to a final, I would have rather seen Tech than a couple of people. But we ain't gonna go over casting. I love this cast. I don't really have any complaints for the cast. My only casting complaint is Jimmy, because I feel like, but whatever. I get over that. I'm gonna get over that. Episode 1, I like how Wes in the power position didn't push for Jordan, because I felt like they would have put Jordan ass in. I felt like for the most part they played it cool. Whoever, I love how the losers automatically go in. That prevents a huge alliance like Big Brother, Fessy, Josh, and all them from skating to the end. Because if you lose, you automatically got to go in. I love that. And I like how pretty much the house doesn't have any power. It's the tribunal. And I like how the tribunal can just pick whoever they want to go down there. But I kind of feel like if I come in first place, I feel like they should be able to pick who go in. And maybe second and third just get to be safe. But I don't feel like second and third should have the same amount of power as first, because that sabotage, you really sabotaging yourself. And look, Wes sabotaged Jordan on the swings. Jordan still won his heat. And then Sylvia sabotaged Kellyanne. Kellyanne still, she could have won hers if she knew how to do a fucking puzzle. Because I think she was one of the first or second to knock her ball into the water. So the sabotage really, you're not really sabotaging your enemy. It's actually putting a target on your back. You sabotaging yourself. So I don't know. I really wouldn't shoot for first place if it was me. Hey, Inga girl, you ain't missed number of Survivor. We just got into All Stars. You right, Dabu or Zuda. Without Tech, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. I know we always see production's hands on the challenge, but I let it roll unless it's obvious. It ain't no CT on here. I feel like it's so many heavy hitters. I don't know who this season they would rig it for. I don't know. I feel like it's anybody's game this season, and I can't wait to see it. I don't know why Kayla is on there either, Inga. I feel like Kayla might be on All Stars because I think I heard she doesn't want to do the 2 to 3 month filming for the regular show. I feel like we're getting ready to see a lot of the regulars come over to All Stars. People who don't want to be out there for 2 to 3 months. I could do a quick little 2.5 weeks. I got enough PTO to do these little 2.5 weeks for All Stars. I mean, people are older and they just they don't want to get their lives over there to MTV. That's a long time, especially if you got a real job. Sylvia, I like Sylvia. Sylvia made it to a final her season with Josh. So Sylvia deserves it. And Kayla has been to a final too. The only one who I question is Jimmy. Because that one final didn't count with Jimmy for me. Hell, if we're gonna let Jimmy come on, we might as well let Anissa come on. But anyway. Oh, Jimmy made it to another final. They must have let her make it. But anyway. Oh, I do like Cyrus. Cyrus lost a lot of weight. He looked really good. He won that elimination against Tyler. So let's get into the first elimination. The crawl brawl. I like that. I want to see that elimination go over to the main show. That was a really good elimination. It looked tiring. It looked like you need endurance, strength. I was here for that whole elimination. That was Cyrus and Tyler and Tina and Cynthia. I appreciate Cynthia saying I might look like a beast, but if you cut me open, all you're going to see is Stella Rose. Me too, girl. Me too. I wish I could have saw more of Cynthia. I like how Nehemiah was about to make Cynthia his new boo. He was like, Cynthia got a man. I love it. Nehemiah looked good in his entrance suit too. Nehemiah is really the face of All Stars too. Why won't they give that to him? They keep propping Tina ass up, MJ, Darrell. Nehemiah is the one carrying this show. He's the one who gives us the good strategy. He makes it funny. Go ahead and make Nehemiah the face of All Stars, y'all. Tyler does need to lose some weight, but who doesn't? Who doesn't? Shit. I really like the crawl brawl. I wish it was more bang bang. I wish they had that sand pit in the middle of it, but whatever. It is claustrophobic. Did I say it right? Claustrophobic. That was a tight little haul, but it was fun to watch. The eliminations are always way better than the challenge. Like, that's not interesting. Watch people look through a peephole and figure out a puzzle. And it wasn't fair because Cyrus is colorblind. And y'all knew his ass was colorblind when y'all put up that colorful puzzle. You knew his ass was going to lose. You knew he was going to lose. But anyway, so that was the first elimination. Veronica did not have Tina's back, but fair is fair. We can't throw in Tyler for being second to last and not throw in Tina because Tina is Veronica's friend. So should Tina be pissed off at Veronica for not saving her, or should she understand fair is fair? It's the first week. We didn't want to rock the boat. So y'all came in second to last, gone and do the elimination. I tweeted it. I don't know if y'all saw my Twitter. I said, before I saw the elimination, I said, if Tina quits, don't invite her ass back. Don't invite her ass back. I'm happy Tina didn't quit. I'm sad Melinda is hurt and she had to quit because I'm like, damn, we never going to get a Tina Melinda elimination. Maybe All Stars 4. Y'all, my hair is so tight. Like, I feel like I have Botox. I have no facial expression. My eyes are just surprised. Oh, my God. I need my braids to calm down. My hair is so tight. But okay, let's go ahead into the second week. I agree, Dabu. 6 people in the authority is too much. And I hate the word authority. Let's just call it your tribunal. Let's stay on brand, TJ. It's a tribunal. And how did they used to play it? They used to nominate 3 people and then everybody had to vote. I think that would be more fair. Well, no, it's not that many people in the house. Just let the people in first place pick. That should be the privilege of winning. You either win or you lose. You lose, you're going in. You win, you get to pick. It's too much. It's too much. And maybe instead of the star on the chest, because we still don't know what these stars mean. What y'all think the star mean? Because I ain't got a clue. I know it ain't like the skulls. But instead of the star on the chest, maybe if you win an elimination, you can have a sabotage. That's just my little twist. But I agree with you. It's too many people in the tribunal. I'm just going to say tribunal because I ain't going to remember authority. Now back to episode 2 because I was so happy. I'm so happy they put out the first 2 episodes. I already talked about the sabotage and how that really ain't sabotage nobody. Who lost? Tina automatically in elimination because she done flipped upside down on her swing. And Latarian lost. The palace. Now, I'm going to tell you, I would have paid good money to bet that they were going to put Nehemiah or Cyrus against Latarian. I knew they was going to wipe out the palace this week. How did Mark get the vote? I don't know. Mark, you are the executive producer. Maybe not executive, but you're a producer of the show. This show is your whole idea. You ain't got no friends to stay out of elimination. I like how Jordan returned the favor and was like, we ain't gonna go after Wes just yet. I can already see the Jordan and Wes turning into this Jordan and bananas things. But I think Wes can see that yes is the biggest threat. Oh, my hair hurts. Oh my God. Can y'all see how tight these braids are? Oh, it hurts. Now, yes, on paper, just looking at all the men, I would think yes would be a layup. Like I would say any of these men should be able to take yes out of elimination. I don't think you're making coffee for everybody in the morning is going to keep you out of elimination this season, yes. But we shall see. The game still has to be played. But I'm here for a little Wes versus Yes beef. I actually want one of them to go home. Because Wes and Yes are too close. And I'm going to get confused. Now, I love Wes. He escaped elimination. I knew somebody from the palace was going to be in. I really don't know how Mark got that vote. I really don't. And Kayla hating ass come around, swoop at the end. They didn't already voted. I just want y'all to think about Austin. All of Austin still sitting up here. Bitch, forget all of Austin. All of these people have played numerous challenges together and have deeper alliances than just real world Austin. Kayla gonna aggravate me. And I don't like the shade Kayla threw at the beginning. Hey, Andrew, of episode 1, talk about I'm getting ready to win because all these ladies is old and they can't see. Bitch, you ain't win though. I ain't like that shade Kayla threw. Now, I might just be sensitive because all these ladies are my age and we can't see, but you ain't have to say it. You could have kept that to yourself. We ain't gonna have no ageism on All Stars 2. That's one thing I'm not gonna tolerate. It's All Stars 2 because we want the older people that we like. We ain't asked for you to be on our show. Don't get read down every week, Kayla. Because I'm telling you, I ain't appreciate that comment. I done got mad real quick over nothing. Now you say Anissa is throwing shade at Anissa. I probably was. I ain't mean to, but I probably did mean to. Did I throw some shade at Anissa? I probably did. Tyler seemed to have had the same damn strap right of last season, getting to drag for the laughs and the smiles and then do nothing else, hoping the big threats go at each other right. Tyler had more layups season 2. Like he had more people he can beat last season, so he was in a better position. This season, Tyler was the layup for the men. I saw up there in the chat, y'all said Cyrus is the layup too. Maybe Cyrus is always a layup, isn't he? But I don't know. Cyrus done got in shape. My lips felt a little bit dry. We got to see what he do. It looked like he done got in good shape. And he about to get married. Congratulations, Cyrus. Honestly, I don't know why they're shoving West. Miguel is not a West fan on my screen for why too much. I mean, of this cast, West is probably the biggest name. He's probably won the most challenges. He's the most strategic. We all know him as the rookie whisperer. It just ain't no rookies for him to whisper to. Andrew, I'm all over the place. You know how I do. They had 2 episodes of All Stars, so I done went all over the place with both episodes. But what was the elimination? What was the elimination for episode 2? It was because Melinda hurt her ankle. Sad. Melinda, we'll see you next season. Rest up. You probably shouldn't have came back so fast for All Stars 3. You should have rested up, healed your ankle. But we'll see you for All Stars 4, girl. It was Mark versus Latarian. Oh, I wish it would have been a pole wrestle. Did y'all hear Tyler said last season what he said? That pole wrestle with Latarian broke 3 of his ribs and shifted his diaphragm over a couple of centimeters, whatever, however. Whew. You know Latarian was working his ass last season on that hall brawl or that pole wrestle. He was pounding his ass. I wish it would have been something more physical. I mean, that was kind of physical, but I wish it would have been like a pole wrestle so we could see Mark versus Latarian. I think Mark would have been a harder competitor in a pole wrestle over Tyler, but that's crawling the sand. That's kind of boring. And then I like the idea of Darrell telling them, hurry up, run the other way. It would have worked, but I think that only would have worked once Mark would have been completely gassed out. Like Mark should have had 0 left in the tank, and then Latarian could have went for it. But I think Latarian probably had 0 left in the tank. But he tried. I need Latarian to make it to one of these finals. He's such a great competitor. He always gets thrown into elimination. He wins some, he loses some. Latarian went home way too early for me this season. But like I said, any of the men could go this season. Each week it's gonna be somebody good going home. But I wonder who has the Kendall has the sabotage and Yes has the sabotage. Will Yes sabotage Wes? Because Yes ain't here for Wes, and we shall see. I don't know. I wish. Oh, Inga, you just I wish they would allow Kenny to come back so we could have Kenny West and Johnny. Those were the good old days. Let me say what I gotta say. I done forgot. I had got pissed off over there on Survivor and forgot I had got pissed off a little bit on the All Stars. Yes, I don't care if they ever let Kenny and them come back. I don't. Y'all remind me every review what Kenny did wrong because I don't forgot. I think didn't he duct tape up Tanya? Didn't they duct tape somebody? I forgot what they did. But let me tell you this. For Jordan and Nia to get on my TV screen and play in my face, Paramount, y'all need to be slapped. Jordan gave us a 2.5 second. It wasn't even an apology. It was just like, I know I did some stuff wrong in the past and I've grown and I ain't gonna do it again. That's all Jordan had to say for all the racist shit he did on his season of The Real World. How he antagonized and does some crazy shit on the challenge. All he had to do was say, I know I did something wrong in the past, but I learned. Have you? Nia gets up here. She didn't do 2.5. She might have did a 5-second apology. Did Nia even apologize? I don't know why Nia and Jordan are on my TV screen if people are supposed to be banned. If we not tolerate no racism, no inappropriate touching, if we ain't tolerate none of that, why am I looking at both of them on my TV screen? And are they a couple or not? Because if they are a couple, disgusting. Like, girl, why you gonna fuck up on this man and you said he ain't got but this much penis? That's what you said. That was your read. That was your grab. And then I saw it on Twitter. That was like, if this all Jordan has to do, I guess Camilla coming back next. And she might as well. I'm telling you, if this is all Jordan had to say to get back on TV, Kenny, D, Rogan, hell, Georgia, let them all come back. I still don't even know what Georgia did wrong. I think somebody said she had on blackface, but they said she had the blackface on before she even came on the challenge. So go ahead and let everybody come back. Let everybody apologize. I told y'all about homecoming. I ain't got time to be teaching people about white privilege, what's the word, microaggressions, racism. I ain't got time to be teaching 40-year-olds what's right or what's wrong. If Kenny, D, Camilla, all them, if all of them have not learned who they are by now and they come on my TV screen being racist again or doing whatever they was doing, then go ahead and cancel their asses. But go ahead and bring them back. Go ahead and bring them back. Yes, is a bigger threat because the women like him. Jordan only has Nia. Jordan looked like he got more people than Wes. People up there can't stand Wes, and he ain't said nothing or did nothing to nobody. And let's talk about Nia. Now, I understand, girl, you got to turn over a new leaf, but Nia looks like somebody implanted a brand new brain and personality into her body. Nia has only had, outside that little half apology she got, she had no screen time. I expected Nia to come out here and beast these challenges. She right in the middle. She ain't winning nothing. If Nia was going to come back and play a totally new character, she could have stayed at home. Because you see, Jordan ain't changed. I'm happy you reminded me of that because that little hat, I would have rather Jordan say nothing. Talk about, I guess I learned my lesson. I mean, I did some wrong. Tell me, what did you do wrong? Since you know you did some wrong, what was it, Jordan? Jordan and Nia are dating or are they just fucking? I don't know. I know that they said, I always thought that was just rumors and gossip. Like, I never really believed, because I done seen the pictures, but I thought they was just doing that for clout, for attention. Are they really messing around and dating? Are they? Andrew, I might have said first or second. I done said them all wrong. Tanya accused Kenny and Evan of sexually assaulting or some mess like that as drunk. I kind of know they said they tied her up with some duct tape. She sued MTV and they settled with her out of court. Oh, okay. Vontae, that's what Naya said. She said he had this much penis. I don't care. Because to me, if I gotta read a man and say that's why you only got this much penis, and then a couple of years from now, I turn around and I'm fucking that same man, now I believe Jordan got this much penis. I believe he was lying the whole time, because ain't no way, I'm not interested in this. So I now believe Jordan got this much penis, and now it was lying the whole time. That's what I believe. Why don't we ask Sarah, Laurel, Tori? I ain't heard none of them say he had that much penis. Let me get off of Jordan and his penis. My whole point is both of them did some foul shit, fucked up shit, and they came back, and in 2 seconds they had a little confessional, and we supposed to forget like they ain't do nothing wrong. They tried, she sued MTV and they settled with her out of court. Look, I don't know what Kenny and Evan did. I don't say what people will or won't do, because I wasn't there, but they can stay off. But other people like the Georges, the D's, the Rogans, everybody who did the same shit Jordan and Nia did, everybody can come back. Just let them all come back and say, I know I did something wrong. I'm sorry. Jordan didn't even say he was sorry. He just said he a different person. He know he did something wrong, but he changed. You ain't changed because you ain't apologized. But let's move on. He probably felt like the black woman who I was disrespecting and being racist towards, she fucking me now, so maybe I wasn't that racist. Nia, I'm disappointed in you. Let me move on. For real, if we're playing favorites on who to ban, then they may as well let them all come back, since we are not serious about keeping people off TV. I agree. That's going to be another lawsuit, because how you going to let this white man come back, but the Asian woman can't? And what Jordan did was way worse than what D said. I'm with you, Inga. I forgot Nia was even there. I forgot she was even there. I don't need Jordan and Nia to apologize on All Stars. Give them homecoming for that. Well, they do need to apologize, Dabu. Like I said, because why are they there? They're supposed to be banned. MTV is supposed to be above racism. They're above sexual assault. Because at the end of the day, what Nia did by grabbing Jordan's genitals without permission is sexual assault. And so, like y'all said, that should open the door for Kenny, Evan. Now, don't get my words twisted. I ain't trying to say I'm 100% against sexual assault. I'm just saying, don't ban some. If we ban them all. Everybody banned. Can one of the You about to get me choking, Vontae, because I saw the joke. Include ketchup so Jimmy gets to crying and screaming, so she automatically is in a. That's what they should do. They should have an eating challenge where you have to eat a bowl of ketchup. Jimmy will be in the bottom. She'll be yes. As soon as Jimmy gets an elimination, she loses. The only way Jimmy doesn't lose is if she's in there with Veronica or fucking Johnny. Jimmy is gonna lose against anybody else. I understand. A legal matter is different. It is different. If Camilla comes back, I'm not watching. I feel like she might too, because as y'all saw when Leroy did his little thing, MTV doesn't follow Leroy, but they still follow Camilla. Oh, see, I'm talking about the comments. I ain't even read it yet. Yep. Oh, the duct tape was Bananas, Theo, and Kyle versus Amanda. I knew somebody got duct taped. Whatever. But y'all, I've been sitting here drinking this big thing of water the whole time, and I have to use the restroom. Sorry. I would love to sit here and talk about All Stars all night, but I have been talking for an hour and a half, so I'm going to let y'all go so I can run to the little girl's room. Yes. Oh, their thing involved a toothbrush. Did they put her toothbrush in the toilet? You know how some back in the day, that was nasty that they did back in the day, where they would scrub the toilet with people toothbrush and then make them brush their teeth. Did they do some shit like that? I just can't see people sexually assaulting people on the challenge. But like I said, I don't put nothing against nobody these days. I wouldn't mind seeing what's her name? Evelyn. I wouldn't mind seeing Evelyn and Abram back. And if you bring back Abram, put them on the same season with Cara for the drama of it all. Right? All of them. Double. We could sit in this chat and list out infringes on a ton of people on this show. So at the end of the day, Jordan, I don't dislike Jordan. I don't mind him being on the show. I think he's a great competitor. My whole thing is, if we're banning people for certain things, don't make exceptions for some if you're not going to do it for everybody. And with that, I'm going to end this. You all, this was so good. I really enjoyed talking about these two shows. Like, if you missed the beginning of it, I'll repeat it. Homecoming, I haven't watched because I'm over Racist Julie. But when I do watch it, I'll do a separate live. And, of course, I'll advertise it to let y'all know when. It might be one day this weekend, since it's supposed to rain all weekend and my weekend plans are canceled. And then The Circle, too much Spice Girls on The Circle. So once the circle picks up, I might talk about that again later too. But thank you all so much. I will see you all this weekend for all the weekend reality shows. And I gotta go. I will see y'all later. Have a good weekend. Bye.